Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode, 81, of the Bottle of War Gamescast. I'm your host, EOF Gizmo, joined with me by Massive Das Chris Bengali.
Hey everyone.
And Mr. Xbox Live's CW Lanky.
Hello.
So, boys, we've successfully recorded 2 weeks on the trot. How exciting. So we get to
Do you
live
get
it.
lollipops or medals or anything like that?
No, we just get our own pride at this point. We get
It's not worth much though, is it, Dave?
well, mine nowadays is long gone. But yeah, we get to hear what Chris Pengelly spends in a week as opposed to 2 weeks. It's a significant difference, I am sure.
So it'll only be 45 minutes, not an hour of Chris rambling.
Well, let's not rule that out straight away. And yeah, so this week we're going to be talking mainly about trophies and achievements, as the thumbnail and the header will let us know. But before we get to that, Craigo, let's get to our rigmarole and what we've bought and what we've played this week. Let's start with you, Craig.
So on the Xbox, all I've played is more continued on both actually. On the Xbox, I've just played more Star Wars. It's great shit. I'm on to the third world, I want to say now, which is kind of the fourth because the first one's just kind of like a level, I think.
Okay.
So I think I'm on to the third world where you actually, when you go onto your little hollow map and you pick where you're going. I think it's just like the third world. Yeah, loving it so far. Still has its little like technical moments. I think I had one freeze when I was talking to you the other night.
Oh no, you did. You had a crash.
Yeah,
you had a crash.
I had a crash this afternoon because I've been playing.
Luckily, I just died anyway. I think I was reloading, so it wasn't the end of the world. And it does chug the old frame rate at times. But the actual game's very good. I think I've unlocked the fourth stance now. I have the shooty gun boy, which I actually really like because I'm fucking, just between me and you guys, I'm not very good at the old Dark Soulsy games. So,
Wow.
having a gun that I can shoot people from further away is great for me.
Love that.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying that, using that at the moment. I've not found it massively difficult so far, Pengals. I don't know, maybe I'm getting better at Pengals. I don't know if you're finding this, but I'm not finding it like I felt like I struggled more in the first game.
Yeah, I've not really struggled. I've had a few times. Just before coming on here, I had a boss fight and I did die to that boss and stuff like that. But I've not had that much trouble. I'm playing whatever the default is. Is it Jedi Knight?
Yeah. I think the first boss I got stuck on a little bit, but once I figured that out, I was okay. And I don't know if you've found, because I've been exploring quite a lot, because I've been like enjoying the world. Found like the little challenge areas.
No.
That doesn't surprise me at all. They are hard as dicks, I will say.
I think that I might have actually just done one. It's a bit the one I done. I came across it by I guess accident, so don't do exploring. It puts you in like a Jedi mine palace thing, and it's just like destroy 50 droids, and you got something. That was the challenge. Yeah. So I've done an odd one.
Be difficult. But I'm really like I think the level design is brilliant. Like I'm just enjoying taking my time, trying to get into every little nook and cranny you can get into. They've added like not really side quests, but they call them like rumors. So you talk to someone and they'll be like, "Oh, there's something over here," and then it will like give you a little icon on the map to head towards. There's normally like a little mini boss or a little like mini area that you can go and do there, and they'll give you some sort of reward. So I've been working through them. There's quite a lot of them in the main hub world as well. But I started doing them, and then like you need the Metroidvania bits where you don't have the power, I guess, to get all the way through it. So I was like, I'll carry on with these when I've got more of the abilities, so I can just kind of blast through them instead of like starting them, then realize I can't continue. So yeah, playing a lot more of that, and then on Switch, I do have a pickup, which is Disney Illusion Island from Chris Pengelly.
Wow.
So that's I guess that's the net cut for Pengles because he's gained £20.
Yes,
and I've lost £20.
You have.
So we'll get to that eventually, as Chris Pengelly says.
I was going to say you're building quite a backlog here, Craig, because obviously we have a we have something else which is not a pickup this week, but at some point soon will be a pickup.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have plenty of games to play, boy.
Yeah. So I've got that, which I'll start after I finish Mario. I think I'm on World 8 now, which is the actual last world, I think, of
Nice.
the main game. And then you get the bit afterwards, don't you?
And then you got Bowser's Fury as well.
Yeah. So I'm onto that at the moment. Still enjoying it. Still think it's decent. And yeah, I'll hopefully probably get the main bit of that finished this week, and then start in the hardest dicks bit, and we'll see how that goes.
Oh, you'll enjoy it, Craig. Don't you worry.
I'm sure there'll be lots of swearing, because I do find the camera angle on that can be a bit of a bastard in that game, can't it? So we'll see how that goes.
Love it. Love it.
You know why Craig is now building up this backlog?
What's that? Why, Craig?
Because it's backlog season.
It is backlog season.
Oh, we're building up to that, Penguins, don't you worry.
We'll get there. Lovely, Craig. Well, if that's what you've bought and played, we'll move on to me before we get to the main show, the main thing people tune in for, which is Chris Bengali. As for I'll do it in reverse order to Craig. As for pickups, not a thing for old Dave this week. Not really any need to buy any games currently for me. As for Switch, I have just been continuing the Mario and Rabbids train. I am on the final world. I don't imagine I am too far away from finishing the main game. Still really enjoying the game. I say it every week. It's really underrated and I love it. Really good game on the Switch. Highly recommend. As for obviously PlayStation, nothing, because that doesn't exist in my life any longer. Nothing on Steam Deck this week. I did a load of updates for it with the intention to play Divinity after we talked about it last week, and I just was like, you know what? Nah, let's not even waste my time. So
that's disgusting.
So I updated the Steam Deck. That's basically what we did on that this week.
I'm interesting because I've seen a few people on the Xbox side like, is it in Game Pass Divinity 2 or am I?
I don't believe so.
Has it been on? No, I just seen quite a few people. It's been on sale a lot. Like a few people going like, before wait for the Baldur's Gate, go play Divinity 2. So it'd be interesting, like on a true achievements, where it shows you like the top 40 played. If that jumps up, and same on the Steam chart, if Divinity 2 or something jumps up a bit.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, yeah, it's one of those like people that I know that like that game love it, but I wasn't impressed by the intro when I played it on the Steam Deck, so we'll leave it at that, I think. But yeah, as for Xbox, I've played quite a lot of Xbox this week, and for me, Craig, it is indeed backlog season. So I've gone back and I've been playing Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, which has been in my backlog since the end of 2021, I'm reliably told by my Xbox. Really great game. One of the best looking games I've ever seen on the console. It's ridiculous how pretty that game is. And it plays really well. The levels are really well built. They're a little bit long, but I think that's just the style they've gone for. But yeah, it's really, really a very good platformer. I highly recommend it. Can't wait for it to come to Game Pass so more people can play it, really. But yeah, Crash 4 is really good. Have you played it, Chris?
No, I've not played it.
No, I would recommend it. It's really, really good. It's not a game you're going to 100% because it is solidly insane to get 100% on it. 106% I think you need actually. But yeah, have been enjoying that. The only other thing I've been playing on Xbox, and this is a bit weird, Craig, but go with me, is SpongeBob SquarePants Truth or Square, which is a Xbox 360 backwards compatible SpongeBob game that was at Games for Gold at some point. And I have just been playing that. It's just a SpongeBob platformer for children. It's got a 2-player mode where the other person is just a cursor, like stun and stuff. So me and my partner have played that. But yeah, I've just played a bit of SpongeBob. I've actually got like 3 SpongeBob games in my backlog for some reason, and I love like happy platformers. So I was like, you know what? Let's play the oldest one because it's on Xbox. I had it through Gold. And yeah, it's fine. It is fine. I think it's about 3 hours long to finish, so I'll probably finish that, if not tonight, then tomorrow. I am about halfway through Crash. That'll probably get done as well by the end of the week. But yeah, just trying to get through the backlog so I don't buy anything because I am skint. So it is, when you're as crazy as me, there is plenty to play in the backlog, Craigo. So yeah, just been playing that. That is me.
You must have been a little disappointed with the two THQ showcase. There wasn't lots of SpongeBob platformers and stuff announced.
Well, they had Cosmic Shake came out last year, didn't it? I think. And I have that. I bought that drunk, if you remember from that podcast. So that's there, ready to be played in the backlog as well. But to quickly mention the THQ showcase, I actually saw quite a lot of stuff that interested me. I think the South Park game looks like it could be fun. Alone in the Dark continues to look really good. What else was there, Bengals? The Last Ronin TMNT game really interests me because it's a really interesting story in that universe. So that could be cool.
I like the look of the Tempest Rising because it looks like Command and Conquer, and we had one of them for years. But then it's a PC only game, so you know.
But Recreation looked good, the racing game. But yeah, THQ is always going to THQ on. They'll be due another SpongeBob and Destroy All Humans game soon, I am sure. But yes, Pengy.
Yes.
The people want to know.
Backlog season.
What have you bought? What have you played in backlog season?
So I have no pickups.
My God.
Yeah, that's a good start for backlog season. Yeah,
that's a good start. So what I've been playing, you may have seen FK video go up on the channel because I played this month's monthly game, which is Doodle World Redrawn, which is a harder version of Doodle World, which is on IndyCart 1. So it's a game that's actually going to get released sort of twice because this is going to be on IndyCart 3. Yeah, when I did the video, I was like really struggling with like the hit detection of the enemies and stuff like that. Did the video and then just played it randomly and did it like in 15 minutes. The story, you know, I say the story, there is no story. It's just a really basic platformer. But I have now finished this month and last month's monthly games on the Evercade. So that's that. I finished that on the Versus. And when I did the video as well, the XP has 18 Capcom games in it, sort of thing. So I played like the first 8 Capcom games, so it would have 9, and then I do another video of 9. So I did play a little, messed around with them all for the video, but I continued after the video playing Final Fight, and I finished Final Fight through the Evercade XP. So that's the first of the Capcom games finished. It holds up quite well as well, sort of thing. Like, I guess the most recent beat 'em up one of you guys would have played would have been like Streets of Rage 4.
I feel like Craig played Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah. See, I don't think this is that. Apart from obviously it looks way older, sort of thing, and obviously like I'm playing it on the XP, so to play it multiplayer and stuff like that is, you know, a pain.
Pardon me.
So obviously just playing as myself, you know, playing as Cody in it. Yeah, I thought that holds up really well, and it's actually pretty fun. And like it only takes to like an hour and a half or something to play. So that's the Evercade. What we've been playing on that. PlayStation, nothing on the PlayStation. Switched. Had I finished Disney Illusion Island when we done the last podcast? I feel I did.
I don't think so.
Well, obviously I finished that and obviously sold it to Craig. It's a great game. It's a great Metroidvania. I think it's a really good starting point of that. I know Smurf sometimes watches these things. I see like the comments and stuff like that. I think for him, as like one of his kids is like, I don't know, a bit older and they've played like Moving Out and stuff together, I think it'd be really good to play co-op for him for that, because it is like easy entry to the Metroidvania genre, because you haven't got combat and stuff. But saying that, the last sort of level sort of thing is pretty hard. The chase sort of sequence in Ori, in the Ori games.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, and it's like, oh, it comes out of nowhere, considering the obviously the nature of the sort of game. But so it does have a little bit more of toughness come the end. But I think that's pretty good game, and like someone like Smurf, if him and his daughter play that, like it, and then they have like Ori after that, etc. But that's the Switch really. And then on Xbox, more Star Wars like you, Craig, which I've just got the 5th stance sort of thing, which is the sort of the cross guard one sort of thing. So
That's like isn't it like in what would normally be like the big axe or the big hammer sort of stance? It's like
yeah,
the slow, heavy, kind of hard hitting thing.
yeah,
Is that what that
yeah,
is?
yeah. So you can pretend to be Kylo Ren if you want now. So that's basically where I'm to in that game. So I've got that. And then the one other thing I
I
played
can't
on
even remember if he ends up being a good guy or a bad guy. That's how little I care about the new Star Wars trilogy. I was just trying to think, like, God, that's so bad.
It's not ideal.
That's so shit.
but yeah, at least Ahsoka should be good, like later this month. That's the thing. The shows save us. And then the one other thing I played was not a pickup. Before you say, "Oh, how did you get this, Chris?" Because it's 25 quid. I was sent a code by Laura. Unfortunately, not Laura Bailey. Laura from Plan of Attack for Stray Gods, the musical RPG, which I was excited about.
Yeah. This is the yeah. I saw a trailer for this and was
Yeah.
a bit miffed, to be honest.
Yeah. I think the title of musical RPG is a bit thing. It's not really an RPG. It's more of a visual novel game. So you play as your character Grace, who gets these powers, which is singing sort of thing from the muse in Greek mythology and stuff like that. And you interact with the other characters with like still with a bit of cutscene sort of thing, and then obviously your character sings, and then that makes the other ones, so you make Apollo voiced by Troy Baker sing stuff to the story. The plot and the story, and that is really similar to Harmony Full of Reverie that I recently played.
Didn't you hate that?
Yeah,
Is that the Dope Dog game that you said's worse than Peppa Pig?
Yeah, that's the worst game I've played this year, Harmony Full of Reverie. That is
Right.
currently bottom of my ranking of games I've played this year.
Well, there's a lot of games on that list, so yeah, to be bottom is quite an achievement.
There's 45 things on that list at the moment, including DLC and stuff like that, and it's bottom.
Christ.
Stray Gods is way better than Harmony Full of Reverie. The story is much more interesting. I think the dialogue and that, and the thing obviously with this, you've got like Laura Bailey, Ashley Johnson, Troy Baker, and Ruel Kahui and stuff like that as your voice actors. Where like Donuts are much more unknown, so I don't know if like the quality and stuff of telling the story is there over and Harmony Full of Reverie. Like I said, it's pretty similar. They're pretty well similar priced. Like the story's the same. It's like you got to clear your name and you got all these gods and stuff like that. This is the better one of the two. So if I had to recommend one of the two, it'd be Stray Gods. But it is still 25 quid, which is quite a lot of money. Like I was talking last week about Vember at 12 quid, seem expensive, like an hour long. This is, I think it's like took me 5 hours for a playthrough of it, so it is like 5 times longer, but it does seem a little bit pricey. So maybe wait until it comes to Game Pass because it is a humble game, or if it goes down to like I don't know 15 quid or something in the sale, I think quite a few people would enjoy it if you like a visual novel type game.
And musicals. Has this made you? Are you now? You're now gonna dive into cinema's history of musical penguins? Is this?
No, I don't think I'm suddenly going to watch Mamma Mia.
No. Is it West Side Story? Is that the other one?
Yeah, that's the West. Yeah,
that's a musical, right? That's pretty much what I've got, boys. I'll be honest.
Next, what Streetcar Named Desire is a musical, guy? Cats, Hamilton.
Oh, Cats! Yeah, that always looks fucking terrifying, doesn't it? Maybe you should watch that.
No. I think I've only ever watched Les Miserables.
Oh, you've nailed that. Which one? The recent one with
Hugh Jackman and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mostly watched other.
Yeah,
it kind of actually reminds me more like a musical, more like like a Disney film and stuff, where you get like the regular dialogue, and then suddenly Simba starts singing whatever.
I thought you were going to say like a Disney princess film. I thought that's where we were going then.
You could go that. It's like, it's Little Mermaid, and then she suddenly start singing. Oh, I can't even. Don't know what a Little Mermaid song is.
Under the Sea.
Under the sea, yeah.
go.
Suddenly, then the
Could be
scene
better.
starts.
Where it is where under the sea.
Yeah, so it's,
So if you to get back on
feels a little
track
bit
here,
like
Pengy, is there any other
that sort
games
of
you've
thing, then
played,
I've
or
flown
are we now
full
just
forward
talking
playing
about
musical.
musicals? My mind is lost.
No,
at the moment.
that's it.
Dave has no patience for music.
I'm just like, why are we talking about Little Mermaid? This is a video game podcast. Pengel said to us beforehand, well, it might actually not be too long, this one. I'm not actually bought anything. Then we talk about fucking Les Miserables and that's Pengy.
There's a musical I've actually seen.
Anyway,
He was
let's
comparing it to something else in the musical medium, Dave.
let's
right?
let's
Let him
move
express himself.
swiftly on from musicals, boys. Okay, because my mind simply cannot take.
But that is all I've played.
Excellent.
Is pretty much, yeah.
Excellent. No backlog stuff then, just new stuff you've
But
acquired.
Star Wars just
That's not
that came out this year.
Code.
Not that long ago. And you bought it not that long ago.
But anyway,
Stray Gods Code.
Pengy, behave. I'm putting a foot down here, Craig. Pengy behave. What we are going to talk about, Chris Pengele, in a very short discussion, this could be the shortest episode we've ever had. We're going to talk about trophies and achievements because we haven't done that for a little while. So what's prompted me with this is obviously it's backlog season, Pengy, and you two are dangerously close to 200,000 gamer score. Some should say we probably should all already have that, but we don't. So we're going to do a little bit of a chat about achievements and stuff. It won't be a long chat. It'll be one of the shorter episodes we do, but nonetheless, let's get chatting. So Craigo, the question I have for you is, do you have any current trophy / achievement aims, and what is your favourite game for achievements?
So current aims, not really. As I've said before, I don't believe in forcing myself to play shit I don't want to play. In terms of favourites, I did have a little look at like my completions, and I was thinking, what ones do I enjoy the most? I think the one that I probably got the most enjoyment from was actually the Resident Evil 3 remake. Because it's a fairly doable completion, but you do have to do 4 or 5 playthroughs, I think. Which sounds like a lot, but obviously
it's a very short game.
Yeah, it's a short game, and then you can actually make it even shorter once you know what you're doing. And once you have all the shenanigans unlocked, you can basically do a run in an hour and a half, I want to say. I think that's about right. So yeah, I had a lot of fun just messing around with that. I had I think Ray streams pretty much the entire his entire completion of it. So I was just kind of chilling, watching Ray do his playthrough whilst doing mine, which is a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure I did 1 playthrough blind, 1 playthrough on easy, where you just run through and get all the collectibles, and then you have enough of the gubbins that you can buy, the infinite ammo rocket launcher and shit like that. So then you have to do a hard playthrough, I want to say, and then I think you unlock the hardest difficulty, which you then have to do a playthrough on that, where you do it in less than 2 hours, and you can only save twice. I think there's some other shenanigans. It sounds quite difficult, but obviously because you have infinite ammo rocket launcher, and by that point you know exactly where to go and where you need to be, you can just kind of sprint through and just rocket launch the shit out of people. I think I did have some trouble on the final boss though, actually. I think I might have used a save at the final boss just so I didn't have to run back. I think it took me a few goes to finally beat that final boss. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorites. I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Very good, Craigo. Very good. But yes, his goal is 200,000k. He doesn't want to admit it, but that's the goal.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the goal. But I don't care when it happens,
He says this. He's bought so many Rat League games, Pengy. One big push. But speaking of,
I can't remember when I last bought a Rat League game. To be honest,
it depends what you class as bought. I think with you.
Mm.
But yeah, Pengy, what about you?
I don't really know if I got any like standout like favorites and stuff like that, because I'm looking at my like completions on Xbox at the
A lot of
moment.
preparations Chris put into this, isn't it? You have a very, very direct itinerary for this episode,
Yeah,
Dave. And
which is kind of pitiful. My completions on Xbox is 27 out of how many years? I'm like, if I said like looking at it, it is pretty much like Burger Plus and stuff. So nothing hugely great. Like obviously, like you got good games in there, like Firewatch, for instance, and Donut County. Um, One I guess looking at the achievements, like Killer Instincts was always a good one because you got like a lot of achievements, and that game is maybe has too many achievements and stuff like that. But playing obviously all the different characters and getting an achievement for leveling them all up and stuff like that is like a goal to work for in that game, and it kept it's kept it relevant. Like it's getting a 10-year update. I think it's this year, isn't it? The 10-year update. So that game stayed around because it's a quality game, and like I said, you've got like I said, like the goal of getting good with like all the characters and stuff. So.
And is there any achievement goals for you, Crispin Gilly?
I
Or trophies?
guess. Well, like I said, there's like 27 completions, and I'm close to two. I'm like 198,000. I got a stupid number. I'm on 198,356. It's not quite up to date on true achievements because I unlocked some in Star Wars today. So I'm on the thing. So it's obviously to get to 200,000, and I guess also get to like 30 completions by the end of the year, which is okay. It's only 3, and there's a lot of Game Pass indies and stuff like that, which could get an easy fact. Like I could have got the 1000G if I wanted to on November sort of thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah, I mean, anything that requires any effort for you, Pengals, for completion is just it's too much now.
Right.
Yeah, like I got to replay this game a second time for
This 1 hour game. I've got to do a couple of chapters, which is probably about 10 minutes. Yeah, nah, that's too much.
That's too much. It's down by 27, sort of thing. I guess also if you then apply that on trophies is obviously weird because I think I'm on 62 platinums, but on 72 completions because obviously Child of Light has not got a platinum, for instance.
And if you think that your Xbox achievements are trash, your PlayStation Platinums are the worst. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah, I don't think they're as bad as my PlayStation because obviously the Xbox has like nothing good in it. Well, at least the PlayStation has got Spider-Man and the Order and stuff in there.
Oh, I get. I mean, the orders are push there,
and it's got Last of Us and Shenmue and stuff like that. So it has got.
When you name a good game, I would agree with you. Maybe Spider-Man.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know how much PlayStation I will play this year. So because I would have said getting to 70 platinums or like 80 completions, but I don't think I will play enough. Spider-Man's list is mostly going to be the same as Spider-Man and Miles Morales, so that's a platinum that I will mostly go for, unless I got a problem with it, like God of War. That's always going to bug me for eternity now. Sort of thing, and maybe there's going to be an odd other one, like maybe Goodbye Volcano Horizon, doable platinum, who knows. So I don't know, maybe get to 65 and 75 completions and that sort of thing.
Fair enough, Pengy. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, favorite game to get trophies on and achievements, Craig, it's got to be Dirt 5. Done it 3 times. Just a good list.
That rubber band
makes you finish the game, and then you've only got to do one sort of shitty, trashy trophy. Everything else is just play the game, which is I think the best type of trophy list. To be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of the just finish the game and you get everything achievement list, but equally I don't want the for example, the worst one on Xbox is probably Hi-Fi Rush, and then you have to beat the game individually on every difficulty. I'm like, you've got to have at least stacking achievement for difficulties, you know. And obviously, like games
Yeah.
like The Last of Us on PlayStation 4 is just an awful. You just don't get rewarded for playing the game. It's
Oh
really
yeah,
specific
the
trophies.
Last of Us trophies. Well, Naughty Dog's trophies were horrendous until like Uncharted 4, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, it's like you just want to be able to feel satisfied. Like I quite like Horizon Zero Dawn. So it was finish the game, get all the collectibles, do all the
The
stuff. That's fine.
just a random thought. The old Call of Duties used to have amazing achievements back in the day.
I think to
It
be
used
honest
to
with you, a
be
lot of the modern ones do as well.
yeah, it used to be finish the game and then like one for each difficulty basically.
Hmm.
And then there'd be like silly like level based ones. You would be like, I don't know, do this level with just the handgun or something.
Yeah.
Which you just put down onto easy, but it was like good fun to just it's like a little challenge mode in it, so you get a little reward for it with your achievement. So I always thought Call of Duty ones were
Yeah,
good.
the COD ones fall down when it's Black Ops.
Multiplayer.
But it's not even multiplayer because the Black Ops ones are always like really heavily zombies focused.
Oh yeah, fuck
Whereas
that,
like
yeah.
the Infinity Ward ones tend to be finish the campaign, do the campaign on veteran, do the extra stuff in the campaign, and then there might be one achievement that's multiplayer based. Or there'll be on PlayStation there'll be separate lists. So you'll have your main game for the platinum, and then you'll have the like prestige 10 times as like an added one. But yeah, COD's pretty good. And COD's one of those that when
Oh, but did I get the completion in the Modern Warfare reboot? I think
so
I did.
you didn't. You got 1,000.
Did I not?
No, because there's one achievement. It was the game came out with 1,050. There was a 50G achievement
What?
for the 3-player co-op mode.
I've just realised I've been mugged off massively, haven't I?
So I believe, and I don't.
I thought I had the completion.
Correct me.
You're right. I'm
correct
looking at
me
it
if
now.
I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened when it came out. And the 3-player co-op mode is like like the final level was like buggy to the point of which it was nearly impossible when the game came out, I believe. So no, you do not.
Is that the special ops missions?
Yeah.
That is just. It's not even. It's like
So
an update as well.
On PlayStation, you would have got a platinum,
What?
but on Xbox, you did not get the completion.
I count that as a completion. Fuck you, true achievements. That's a
But
completion.
but yes,
because that's a great game.
Yes.
A great list.
really want to play
Yeah.
the second one, but I'm just holding out now for Game Pass.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I really want to play it, and I'm like really excited for the third one that's coming this year. But it's like, no, I want to play that game on Game Pass and be like, cool, it's done. But yeah, I think Game Pass has absolutely changed the way I certainly go for achievements, because obviously I've always had quite a bad completion percentage anyway because I buy a lot of games. But the fact that on Game Pass now I can start a game, if I hate it I never have to play it again and be completely guilt free about it, is like killing my completion percentage. But it's also making me like I'm not like Pengy in that I'm not going to buy a game like Vember or like that type of game, but I will play it on game. I will play a couple of those a year on Game Pass for achievements. Like I've got a few downloaded. Like you're telling me I'm not going to do the 1 hour of Peppa Pig for that 1000G? Like of course I will, but it's nice to sprinkle that in without being like I've paid for it, if that makes sense. Once I finished an actual game, which in this case would be probably Crash, which is somewhat difficult, but yeah. Game Pass has definitely changed the way I look at achievements, because there's just a lot more stuff to do, and then you've got people like Macca putting up good guides. It's just good to do.
It's so right. I was just looking at my rarest achievements, and my top three. So try and guess one of the games in my top three for rarest achievements, boys.
It would be like
It's so random.
It'll be something like really well known, like FIFA or WWE or something.
No. Hengels, you got anything? One of these Dave must have as well, I think.
Is it Bleeding Edge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
my rarest is First Aid and Bleeding Edge.
Yeah, me and you have the
healing.
completion on that.
Yeah, which actually that was another really fun completion. I enjoyed that a lot.
We played that game to death.
Yeah, I got one for Carrion, which is great, and then one for the Medal of Honor reboot that they did years and years ago.
If I'm looking at the right thing, I'm looking at highest rated ratio achievements. Is it that?
I've done it on TA, but yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I'm looking at my top three. Then would be Injury Crisis at third on Football Manager. This is Sim from Fight Night Champion, and then Material World from Humankind on Windows.
Fucking hell, that is
on ratio, I have a 7.3, which Craig I believe has, which is an Age of Empires 2 one. And then I have, because I have most of the really difficult trophies for Football Manager 21. So like mine, all of those trophies are like, or achievements, sorry, are like 6.5 or higher.
Yeah, because Injury Crisis is 6.095. It's just my number 3.
Yeah, I've got like 6.1 to complete all of the RC Pro Am 2 snapshots from Rare Replay is one. But yeah, I have like 3 or 4 above 7 for ratio. Complete all challenges, Football Manager 21. I'm a god. What can I say? But yes, I do love achievements. My top game, Halo Master Chief Collection for TA, 5,200 and something.
Yeah, that's second for me. Forza Horizon 4 was my top one. Apparently.
Mine's Forza Horizon 5, then 4, then Dirt 5, Rocket League, Football Manager 2021, Titanfall.
I'm shocked. Little Nightmares is 4 for me. I would have thought more people would have got the completion of Little Nightmares.
The weirdest one for me is
Art of Rally 5. That's a great game.
My number
Witcher
10 is
3,
Tracks, the train set game, which is a really easy Game Pass.
It's because that's left Game Pass now, I
Yeah,
think. So
right.
if you haven't done it, you've got to buy it, and I guess people aren't
Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is quite high. Don't even think I finished that on this version, but yeah, there's a lot of Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, of course it is. But yes, achievements. But yeah, my main achievement goal is to get to like 120 pretty quickly, which I'm almost at, and then try and catch the 2 boys up over the next year and a half. As realistically, I'm only going to be on Xbox and Nintendo now, so it's like if I can knuckle down, get some achievements done, I can try and catch the boys back up. But it's going to be a lot of Game Pass following walkthroughs for shit that comes out that you guys always play, and I'm always like, I can't be asked to play Coffee Talk. Whereas like now I'm like, well, I've got Coffee Talk 1 and 2, so I might as well sit and watch a video one afternoon. You know what I mean? But
Chris Bengali's best game, Super Lucky's Tale. I was not expecting that.
It's because he's actually almost finished it.
I don't even know where you're looking. Or what
It's Super Lucky's Tale, then Forza Horizon 5, then Dark Grim Marinopolis.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, some strange ones in there for Pengy.
Good old Pengy. What an animal. But yes, that was our little quick chat about trophies and achievements. This is a very short episode, but sometimes it has to be done, boys. But we'll be back either next week or the week after, and we're going to have hopefully lots more to talk about, as it's still backlog season. Starfield is yet to come out. But yeah, please tell us in the comments your favourite games for achievements, your favourite achievement and trophy goals, and what game should Penguil use to get to 200,000? He won't listen. He will do an easy ass game, but if you can think of something fun, maybe Penguils could stream it. Who knows? But yes, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.